Alrighty, did anyone join yet? Can you hear me? It's the first time I'm streaming with this microphone, so I'm not actually sure if anybody can hear anything. But let me know. I stream in this. Rebecca, can you hear me? I'm using this Rode Wireless Go now microphone. Does it sound good? You see, there's this little thing here, like on a TV. Is it fine? It sounds good. Hearing you well. Okay, so like you wouldn't know if I didn't tell you that. So typically how it sounds, and now it's fine, right? Because this is very different microphone from my Shure MV7. Hearing well. Okay, nice. That's good. Can the... Oh, you can. Okay. So is it worse or better? Because I suppose it's worse. Sounds more echoey than the old one. Okay. Let me reduce some gain. Okay. Let's test it a little bit then. Then we can test both microphones. Okay. So let's test both, and then you're gonna tell me which one is better. So right now I'm using this one. Okay. So I'm gonna mute that one now. Switch to MV7. So right now I'm on MV7. So let's maybe see which one is better. So now I'm on MV7. All right. And then I'm gonna now. So I'm still talking now into this one, and then I'm gonna mute that. And it's significantly better, I would say, based on what you're saying. Is it like super noticeably better? Because the main benefit of this guy is that I don't have to speak into this microphone, so I don't have to like. So like, how much would you say that it's better? Is it like drastically better or like a little bit better? Yeah, it definitely does. Okay, well, all right. Well, unfortunately, that sucks. I was hoping to hear something different. But yeah, let's then continue using this mic. It's just I was hoping that this is going to be decent enough, good enough. But if you're saying no, then I'm just going to plug this guy off. That sucks, yeah. It's just... I don't think you're lying. No, it's just no. It's so much more convenient, right, to put this little clip on and then just relax, especially once we start doing some digital electronics and stuff, right? Here behind me, once we start doing like soldering and stuff, I think it's going to be very different, you know. Like I will have to use the clip because it's wireless, you know, and stuff, so I can move around the room and stuff like that, right? Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, let's what is to say? I haven't streamed in a week or so. I don't remember when I streamed last time. So actually, let's give me 1 second. Let me just set myself up. I mean, this microphone is like 200 euros, right? So if this doesn't sound good, then I don't know what does, right? So this is a very expensive thing. It's called I think it was Wireless Go 2. Yeah, this is more. Yeah, it's this one. So this is more than. No, this is third generation. I guess this is a newer. But this is, yeah. But I have 2 of those, and then the receiver as well. So no, this is one of the most popular, like relatively affordable wireless microphones, right? So so it's not nobody has scammed me. It is very good. It's just, of course, people can't carry the microphone in front of their mouth, right? No, but there's a lot of noise here, right? I have a Kubernetes cluster here. I have my servers. I have a lot of things. So it's definitely expected. To have some noise, right? So, yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second before we start. I'll just do that, and yeah, we can maybe actually let me. How are you doing, Rebecca? By the way, how was life? All right, cool. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So, yeah, so let me just close a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, I'm very good. I'm very good. I've been coding a lot of programmer network off stream, so that's why I didn't stream. And I'm been writing some Rust. I kind of started learning Rust, so maybe we're gonna do a bit of that. But good, family, kids, wife, job, work, right? And then I've been building a lot of awesome stuff, programmer network. All right, Mobuster, thank you very much for the follow. Okay, let me find some more interesting music. This degenerate thing is not. Let me just put something less depressing on, and then we start doing some coding today. Okay, that sounds soothing enough. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I was doing a lot of work on well, a lot of work besides my full-time job and stuff. I was doing awesome stuff on programmer network. Courses have been completely rebuilt, and they're starting to look very good. All the views, the dashboard and the homepage of a course and the course itself. Check it out when you get a chance. We have now the progress and stuff. There's a list of things I wrote that we need to fix today, and then maybe we're gonna write some Rust or something like that. We'll see. Just for fun, just to learn something new. But yeah, things are. I have a list of things here that we need to fix. Because I mean, not really fix, more like a tune now and stuff. And then also, if we get over here now. Yeah, the dashboard is also nice. Now we have this. I've added the course. You can upload a cover image for a course now. This part is not yet done. Coming soon. Difficulty. Okay, yeah. Intro video. Yes. We need to also add this. So let me just kind of aggregate the stuff here. Just writing things down we have to do. Extend the courses table with objectives, and then update the landing page of a course to include them. Essentially, what will you learn in this course? And then let me go through a couple of things now, and obviously try to find bugs and stuff like that, right? I think I saw some already, some tiny things, because now the feature is kind of getting to the point of completion. So so one bug I saw is when you start editing a lecture. So when you get into this Zen mode, essentially, and we refresh, our router is not picking that up. So let's write that down as well. I'll try to kind of break it as much as I possibly can myself. So let me just write all the things down that we can focus on. When the lecture URL during edit creation mode is refreshed, our router fails to pick that up, and we get redirected back to the dashboard. Let me see if there's anything else that I thought. Edit lecture. Yeah, I'll have to kind of rethink maybe also a little bit just the stop UI. I'm starting to love it a lot. I created this, we have our TipTap instance, but I created this Zen mode thing that, yeah, now we just focus on the content and writing and stuff like that. The only thing kind of would, yeah, okay, we'll see. All right, so reordering, I believe, of sections doesn't work yet, or it does it? Oh, actually it does work. Okay, let me, oh shit, this is production, wait. This is production, let me go localhost. Reorder. Interesting, okay. So let's go kind of from the very start, testing the courses, rehaul, end to end. Try to save already to check, test the validation. Yes, okay. We need to rethink, is summary and description both needed? Probably not. This should also be server side, not I mean, now we're loading practically 600 tags. This doesn't do anything now, okay. We go media. We can add an intro video, cover image. Save the course first, then you can upload a cover image. Okay, so yeah, exactly. That's that kind of sucks. UXY. Save, edit, media. So this modal is broken. So let's actually do a little thing there. Where's my cursor? Let's go views, I guess dashboard, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Recommended size. So if we search for this, infinite. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, man. I'm very good, man. What about you? What about you? Okay, so I'm just writing things down. Bear with me. Click to upload cover image is also kind of, that's another bug. So click to upload cover image opens up an overlay modal that's empty. Okay, let me just keep on going. So okay, but let's, yeah, and then we have intro video. We have the settings, free and premium. Yeah, that's kind of very dumb, idiotic labels. Let's kind of get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Give me 1 second. Okay. Wait, I see some light reflection directly in my screen. Give me 2 seconds. Is it from here? Yeah, it was. Okay, good. All right. Then we have the uploading of files and stuff. We'll need to thoroughly test that. This thing is kind of okay. Yeah, okay, so publish should be disabled if no sections and lectures. So let's go there. All right, narrowing it down more. Okay, so let's add a section. This is my first section. Let's actually check the validation. Okay. Okay. All right, good. We have one draft now. No lectures. We add a lecture here. This is my very first course lecture. Very first lecture. Create. Okay. Publish. Okay, good. Preview. All right, cool. Let's test the forums. Are the forums working? I have a question for you, Alex. Yes. Shouldn't really be able to, I guess, rate my own thing, my own question, I suppose. 0 views, 0 answers just now. Myself, okay. So let's kind of smack this here. Even though maybe it doesn't really matter, but let's just put it there. A question: user shouldn't be able to upvote or downvote their own questions under course forums. All right, let's keep on going. Just now, very first lecture, we open it up. Cool. Write your own answer. Can I answer myself? I can. Okay. What if I accept the answer? Okay. Okay, it's very minimal. I don't have any threads. I didn't implement any threads here or whatever, but it's fine. So we'll see about that. Okay. All right, cool. I think that's good. We can obviously use AI to solve some of these things, because I'm not going to write HTML now in JSX, and then we'll see. But I think this is what I could find right now. Maybe let's spend a couple more, maybe 2 more minutes. Let me log out. Yes, very good. I guess we should be showing some nicer image there to lock icon, lock circle outline, lock circle outline. Create an account to access this course. Join programming network to enroll in courses, track your progress, and connect with fellow developers on your learning journey. Okay, it looks good on mobile as well. Salve. I don't know what that means, but hey. I guess that means hey, maybe. I guess. Alright, good. So let me just type this crap down. Okay, so that's good, I guess. Maybe. Let's So let's actually see how far did I do authorization and stuff properly. I'll test that via curl later on my own. Your instructor, it's kind of weird that, yeah, so there's something weird with your instructor card. It's not really showing the instructor, I suppose, if you're logged out. Let's see. No, it's not about that. I know what it is. I know what it is. Okay. So let's kind of fix that ourselves. Your instructor. So yeah, so this is kind of wrong. Let's improve this. So what we're gonna do here, instead of doing this, which sucks asshole, we're gonna say avatar. We're gonna import that from our core Yale library, our own library, right? And that should, in theory, fix it. but then we don't need this conditional statement here anymore. So we'll get rid of that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. Then we need to fix the avatars basically under these cards as well, even though I don't know if we necessarily need them, but we'll see. Let's maybe go like 60 here. And then your instructor could go instead somewhere here. This manual cast deeply disgusts me here. Your instructor yeah, that's not very good though, is it? Nah, it isn't. Okay. I don't like that. Okay, never mind. We tried and I didn't like it. Let's just revert that, just that little piece. Okay, that's better, I believe. We also need to see what's happening with our API. So let's go courses, service. Get courses. Yeah, I just saw them there. Yeah, here. Yeah, so over here it seems we're actually missing an avatar. Yeah, I guess so. And then we'll need to take a look at the router. And then we'll need to take a look at the schema. The response section, students, course, author, user, schema, avatar. Yes, great. Oh, it's actually there already. Okay, user schema. Let's give it a second. Oh, no, never mind. So, wait a minute. Get course. No, this is the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Get courses is what we need. So, we do actually include the avatar required false, which is actually no longer true. So, we'll get rid of that. Then we have the tags, which is required false, also not true anymore. So, we are, in fact, requiring the avatar. So, let's take a look at the network tab. And this is me, and this is me as well. So the avatar is actually empty, which is super weird. Okay. Because I think the avatar is a virtual field on the model. And avatar, yeah, exactly. So we need to actually include avatar ID and avatar. Okay. And now it's fine. There it is. Okay, wow, that's weird. Do we actually then still need avatar? I don't think so, because that doesn't exist. That is a virtual field. All right, cool. What's happening? So it doesn't actually like... I know what's happening. So most likely... Let's take a look at the container logs very quickly. View logs. Avatars, exactly. Okay, actually we will then include it, but if we take a look at the schemas... Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that we fixed. That's fine. Let's close that. And then kind of there's a bunch of crap I wrote here essentially that we will nuke a lot of them down with AI. Yeah, maybe before we do that, we can do a couple of more things manually because it's going to be faster than with AI. So that's production. Yeah, so if we go to courses, we actually go into the course. There's this kind of instructions menu here, the tabs menu. So I suppose it's this thing here. Yeah. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to get this very, very kind of transparent background, this guy, and I'm going to add it to the tabs as well. I'm just going to do this. Wait, let me just double check that. Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe on this screen it's not as visible though. On my MacBook Pro it's a lot more visible, so maybe we should kind of bump it up a bit, I suppose. At least in the context of courses. So let's go here and let's globally search and replace that, and let's do this. Yes, nice. Actually, no need. Okay, so that's good. All right, so let's now start task by task. So we're gonna use AI now because I want to maybe do a few other things this stream. So let's create a new agent. We're gonna use auto mode because these are very simple tasks. Not to, I spent like $800 this month already. Harry, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for coming, man. Not much, man. Just haven't streamed. Yeah, I stream maybe once a week now. So it's been I think a week since I been here. What about you, man? How is life? Okay, so So let's kind of use AI a little bit. So let's get it in a plan mode, of course. And we're gonna tell it to move this completed thing to the sidebar here, essentially, right? So we're gonna say, if we go here, inside of our course sidebar, I suppose that's how it's called, I'd want us to move the mark completed lecture button into the sidebar itself. Simply put, sidebar icons check marks should be either empty circle, or a circle with check box if user marks it as complete. This is a UI and UX optimization, and also this is how majority of the course platforms do it. Hence, the users will be used to this behavior. I don't know who you are, man. Why would you do that? I don't know you, Harry. Like, I have no idea who you are. What do you want to talk about? I mean, you first have to kind of present what it is that you want to talk about, right? About content. I mean, you can just email me, right? You can just shoot me an email, and then, or you can, yeah, you can write me on LinkedIn. I think I have my, we don't have messaging yet on Programming Network. Otherwise, I would have said, send me a message on Programming Network, but I didn't implement like real-time messaging yet. So, yeah. Okay, let's execute this plan. And then we have some time to answer questions and stuff, of course. If I don't know how many people are in the stream. I don't have that number anywhere on my screen, but we'll be able to kind of maybe answer some questions as well while we do some of these boring tasks using AI, moving things around and stuff like that. My pleasure, Harry. My pleasure, man. Thank you for asking. I'm sorry for a little bit of a pushback because I get a lot of people add me on Discord. I have no idea who they are. I just open Discord and I see somebody added me as a friend. I have zero idea who it is, what they want. So that's why I have to ask. Okay, let's actually do literally a parallel review as it does it. Lil, hey YouTube. Not much, man, not much. Just my weekly stream. Just building the platform and chatting to you guys. I don't use Next.js, no. I don't use that. Programmer Network is not built on that, so. I think I have a video on that on my YouTube channel. I am Gaurav Sahu. I think you have a, I mean, you have to grow up. I mean, number one, right? And learn to focus. That's number one. You have to learn accountability. You have to become an adult at one point in life, right? So that's number one. So first, if you want to complete anything in life, you need to become an adult. That's number one, right? And then there's many other things. You have to prioritize things. You have to understand why you're doing them. So you have to develop, I'm just using React, that's all, just plain React. And then you have to, you know, develop reasoning and critical thinking skill, critical problem solving skills, so you can understand why, you know, why you want to do some things. The reason why you're never finishing anything most likely is because you don't know why you're doing it at the first place. You have no plan, you haven't discussed it with yourself at all. You're just doing something because you are socially pressured or something. You have zero absolutely idea why you're doing it, right? Nice, I like this a lot. I just don't like these kind of blue hovers. That kind of sucks ass, but or maybe do I don't know. But I think it's fine. A little bit of something to kill the monotony. I think it's okay, amazing. Very good. So that task is, you could say, complete, right? So that's very good. One thing that I see here in the sidebar is that we could break it down according to my agentsmd file, right? So let's just tell it that, right? Let's just say, according to my agentsmd, let's break this component out, right? So this is what AI is absolutely fascinating for, just doing automation, doing, hey, take this and refactor it according to what I have, the rules that I have. Absolutely fascinating. So now it's basically going to do this that works because this component has 200 lines, so we can do better than that, right? And we will do better than that. So yeah, exactly. So this is kind of now doing a plan according to my agentsmd, right? So this is your style. This is your brain basically saying, hey, this is how I write code. This is what I prefer. Please do this now. Break it. So be my regex on steroids friend, right? Let's see. We need to skim through this. Yeah, exactly. Because this is standard. Basically, it's just following my stuff. Let's proceed. And let me just very quickly deploy this to production, the API change we did. So it's just a tiny thing, but let's not. Yeah, but as I told you, man, you don't know why you're doing it, right? Maybe you should stop watching YouTube, right? Maybe you should not even watch my stream, man. Maybe you should go and put in some work. So that's why I say you need to, I mean, I'm that serious. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. When I say you have to grow up, that's literally what I mean, right? You need to build some discipline. Maybe go to military, enroll into military if you have a hard time focusing. Maybe you're just too well off in life. Maybe you're too good. Maybe you're too comfortable. There's nothing worse in life than being too comfortable, right? Being privileged, being, you know, many people in life would kill to be able to be bored, right? But they have to survive. So maybe you should put yourself in an unpleasant situation to not, right? So that is the most brutal answer I can give you. Of course, then there are many reasons. Like again, you have no, you didn't find meaning in why you're doing these things. That's another thing, right? In order to do something, you need to be able to answer the basic questions. Why the hell am I doing this at the first place? Am I building this because someone else told me to do it, or I watched a YouTube video of some asshole who told me to do this, right? So, you know, what is it? Do you want to build a company? Is that why you're building it? Do you want to build, you know, are you building it because you want to learn? So why are you doing it, right? First, that's the first question. I want to build X, why? So why am I doing this? Am I doing this in order to learn? Am I doing this in order to build a product and make a side you know, income on the side. Like, why am I doing it? So that's the first question you have to ask, right? I'm a musician as well. I mean, I play saxophone and guitar, but my approach to music is, at least when I record, is a little bit different, because I try to not think when I record at all. I just try to double and play. I don't think about music theory when I play. Because that is when I'm truly free. I just get a melody in my head from my kids or whatever, or I sing to my baby, and I'm like, man, that's I have an issue where live server VS Code extension doesn't auto refresh. Well, I mean, you shouldn't be using live server VS Code extension in the first place, right? That is your issue. I think the issue is deeper in that sense. I think you should not be you should be using Vite or some of these modern tools, or depending on the language, you know. But you should not be using IDE extensions to run your code, right? You should be using the binaries that are provided for that given ecosystem. So if you're writing web shit, it's Vite. If you're writing Rust, it's Cargo. If you're writing Go, well, Go comes with its own Go mod tools, right? So I'm a noob at everything. How to become professional? Sit on your couch and watch Netflix all day long. That's how you're gonna become professional. That is a very general question, man. That is a deeply general question. Like, how can I answer that? I don't know what it is. What are you asking? What it is that you want to learn? What it is that you want to learn, right? No, of course, man. I mean, I'm a realist, right? I'm not a content creator. I'm not an influencer. So I tell people directly what I think. At least is what I think correct. Probably 50% of the time is wrong, right? So just be. So what I tell you, right, is you know. I mean, the reason why he sucks at everything, right? This guy, Muhammad, the reason why he sucks at everything is because he's even lazy to write a question properly, right? So of course you're gonna suck. You can't even compose and articulate a question, right? And then, like, when I ask you what the question is, you're typing seriously. So that's why you in itself is the problem, right? You have to choose a language and you have to start learning the language. That's it. That's all that there is. You choose what it is that you want to do, and then you learn. Then you sit and struggle like the rest of us. Pretty much the same. Pretty much the same, man. We all had the same path. Same path. You sit home and you warm up that chair and you put in hundreds, thousands of hours of work, and that's how. There's no other way around. Should I start algorithms, data structures? I mean, I don't know, man. Like, again, like, it's these questions are very concerning, right? Because it clearly shows absolutely lack of engineering mindset completely. You're asking questions about something inherently complex in a very vague way, right? So what mostly concerns me with people who want to be engineers or who claim that they're engineers, that they lack fundamental reasoning model in their heads in order to have a discussion, right? Like, you ask, what should I do? Like, man, I don't know where you live, what your age is, what the demographics in your environment are, what the companies in your area are looking for, what you are looking for, what's your current knowledge, right? Like, you're asking questions about something very complex, such as your entire life, in 5 words. Nobody can answer that. How can I answer you, should I learn DSA? that can apply, that can be a yes and absolute no depending on many other variables, right? So I cannot answer these vague questions. That's what I'm saying. If you want somebody to help you, you have to articulate your thoughts in a reasonable sense so anyone with any experience can understand where you are, where you want to go, what the issues are, what your knowledge is, and relative to many additional things, give you some response, right? Should I learn this? I don't know, should you learn it? I don't know where you live. I don't know, like, what it is that you're looking for. So that's why I say you need to break these thoughts down into something meaningful, right? So what do I use instead of an extension? I'm a beginner and I didn't work big projects yet and I'm personal stuff. So Labro, so if you're building websites, right, you should use Vite. So this is what you should use. Thank you everybody for your follows, appreciate it. So you should use Vite, right? And this is very simple to start. You can just click get started and then you can choose what it is that you want to build. Do you want to just plain JavaScript, right? You can say vanilla JavaScript. So basically, as you can see, in your terminal, you're going to use one of the package managers, npm, yarn, pnp, and bun, whatever you use, whatever the runtime is. Dino and bun are runtimes. These are package managers. And then you would just type npm create, and then you would create one of these templates that they have here, right? And then you have your running project, right? And then you run. So essentially just go here, spend a couple of minutes, use AI to help you if you don't understand. So when you don't understand something, pause, understand it, then move on. So basically try to act, if you're learning programming, try to act as a compiler, as an interpreter as well, right? So you try to parse some text. Oh, I don't know what this is. A program would die, program would explode because it doesn't know this undefined variable or this undefined function that it's trying to call. So you can kind of program your brain in the same way. When you stumble upon the information that you have zero idea what it means, instead of proceeding further down, pretending that you know, you say, okay, let me stop, let me make a step back, let me paste this term into AI, say, hey, AI, what is this? Then you kind of iterate a bit for a couple of minutes, you understand, and then you move on, right? So this is the best way to learn in most cases, not always. Sometimes you do need to skim through and then, right? Get Gopher, I don't think that's what he's asking, right? His question is he's running some live server and he's running it in VS Code and his VS Code is acting badly. So I'm just telling him to use different tools to run his server, right? So I don't think that he's necessarily just learning to code. He needs to run his thing. And Gopher, hey buddy. Okay, let's kind of paste this crap here. And let's see where we can get with this. I mean, this is pretty bad, like in a sense, but let's see if we can plan it out and then we can spend more time answering your questions and stuff like that. Of course, man, my pleasure. I mean, you can do anything, just be patient, right? Be patient. You know, programming is hard. It's not an easy job by no means. It takes a long time, so give it time, right? Give it time and patience. All of us did, right? What am I building now? Dumb guy codes. Yeah, if you go to Program Network production, so I've been improving a lot of things, and now I'm finalizing our courses feature. So I think it's starting to look very good. I think it's starting to look better than most other platforms I know. So there's now some tiny things that I found at the start of the stream. I just wrote a list of things that I found that need to work better, or tiny UI things. So I'm basically now kind of finalizing that. And then, yeah, then this feature is almost going to be complete. Then I'm going to start writing more courses, some textual, some video ones. And no, we will not be uploading videos to any of our own services. For the start, it's going to be mostly just YouTube videos, if there are videos at all, actually. Write the React to sign up page. Chica, hey buddy, good to see you. What's up? Give me 1 second, guys. Just yeah, we have a CSP issue here. Oh no, shit. Ah. Oh, did you get married, man? Very nice, man. Congrats. That's amazing, dude. Very good. Very good. All right, good. That's very good for now, I think. Let me actually just push this UI stuff to production soon, because there's a couple of changes that are still on my computer. And then we're gonna take a look at some of the other products I was looking at for some other but we also might write some Rust or something. We'll see. See where we get. I really want to finish this. I need to finish this. All right, let's see. Yeah, maybe we should, if we take a look at our tables, right? If we take a look at it, so we do actually have cascading. We should have cascading on all of the course tables, because somebody's asking, how do I delete a course? So I suppose we could implement that feature fairly simply. Let's take a look at that table a bit. Establish connection. Okay, very weird. I don't know why does it work so slow. This is critical. I need to review this way. The CSP is very, very critical. Okay, very good. No, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. It's just adding the no cookie to our content security policy. So it's kind of I wonder if we still need YouTube. I guess we do. But okay, that I approve. That is good. Alles gut. Okay. And let's see what this fella is actually doing. Course details, right sidebar collapse. Yeah, that's some very strange naming there. Sure, toggle focus mode. Yes, untoggle focus mode. Sure, handlebar complete. Oh shit, yeah. I need to review that manually. I need to go through this crap myself. This is a very, very shitty piece of code here. It's not wrong logically. There's nothing really necessarily wrong with it. Just we have 3 nested if statements. That's pretty terrible, I would say. That is pretty terrible. Oops, what happened there? Did I accidentally... Yeah. Look at this, look at the difference between this and this, right? It's tragic how bad this is, right? Absolutely tragic. Just a tiny bit of reasoning there. Did we mess it up a bit? Let's see. I think we did. Because our logic is wrong. Yeah, we did. Okay. So let's see what we did. So we have this statement. So if we write this a bit more declaratively, const has sections, right? And then we say const has lectures. Okay. Const is has selection, has selected lecture. Okay. So we have asked these questions so far, right? Yeah. And we try to find it, find the first section. Okay, let's see. Okay, in the meanwhile, what we're gonna do, we have a focus mode now, so you can focus on the course by basically hiding this crap. I actually like it. So you kind of start with the lecture, and then you can kind of hide the sidebars. I think that's good. No, I cannot accept that. That's pretty tragic. Let me just skim through a bit more while... All right, there we go. Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, we're directly using local storage in here like this. I don't actually like that. I don't like that much, especially if we need to write some tests for this. But we'll get back to that soon. Let me just kind of skim through some of the stuff that I didn't write myself, so I can kind of understand it. It's kind of weird that we need to call the string constructor here, because I mean it doesn't matter. Set item will do that anyway. That's really weird. Okay. Yeah, actually it's not weird. It's fine. I remember. Mm-hmm. All right, so that is fine. I think now it's not a. It's just a. Yeah, that's just the nature of React and bunch of these UI libraries. There's enormous amount of state that you have to deal with. That's just the inherent complexity of it. Can't escape that. Okay, that's great. I think, did we update the headers? That's the most important part. So we have the focus mode now. What else do we have? Let's see. Have the dashboard. So let's review this kind of. So I've kind of added the background there. That's good. Updated this stuff. Sure. Course landing page. Hi there, YouTube. Let's get back to the course here. Yeah, sure. But let's actually go to one of my own. And then we have these, which is very good. The only thing that's not good is that it's a wrong fill. So you shouldn't really have that fill at all. So that is kind of the exception to that rule. And if we actually get over here, okay. Oh, that was really weird. Okay, cool. Let me just see if I actually approve that code or not. Mm-hmm. Sure. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is fine, I think. Okay, very good, I think, even though I have some opinions there, but whatever. Doesn't matter. I mean, we could one line that, but let's not get obsessed by that details, so that's okay. Yeah, this is just basically the fact that we broke down some files. So that exactly right, we just kind of unified it a bit. Same here, I would say, I guess, right? Yeah. All right, sure, I guess. Okay. We still have this issue there, so we'll fix that now. I can't do this now. We'll need to see if I'm able to do that in the API. We'll see about that soon. Let's actually go to, where is this forum? And then all course questions. Let's fix that ourselves. So I suppose, yeah, okay, we have few kind of issues here. So we have plus icon plus add, maybe icon add. Yeah, okay, sure. So we have that, yes, and then we have the search itself, and then we probably search outline, yeah. Exactly. And then because I've introduced, yeah, because we have a button now that's called didn't I like do that with our core library? Don't we have now? Ah, we don't. Okay, that's actually already working. Okay, good. So that's also good. Be first to ask a question, sure. All right, cool. We'll actually deploy that. All right, cool. So that should be good, I guess. Yeah. Did I actually paste that? I don't think so. I don't know. All right. I see. And actually, we didn't fix that yet, so I'll deploy this. There's another issue that I need to fix. Yeah. Alright, hey buddy, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Let me just deploy this and then we try to break it in a few other places. And hopefully our CSP is gonna work. Good man, good, good. When did we see each other? Maybe a week ago in a stream. Very good, man. I just work and family, kids, wife, and yeah, some of the time I had in the evenings I just built some features for PN offline. Because, you know, these streams, as I said many times, are typically, depending, of course, on the amount of questions, are not like, yeah, not often productive, depending on the... Andy, hey, buddy, thank you for saying hi. But yeah, the courses are starting to look amazing, and I'm going to actually write more now when the feature is kind of getting to complete, so I'm going to try to... as I have to write in order to make this platform used by people. That is the hard part. I need to produce content on it, and content today, you know, is not very valuable, you could say. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. let me just deploy this bad boy. Actually, let's just take a look at some news while we are waiting. So let's read some. Rust first shuttle launches Neptune for easier. Oh, nice. Okay. Rust first shuttle launches. Okay, so they wrote some software using Rust. Nice. Nice. Okay. Build and ship backend without writing any infrastructure files. Instead, get your infrastructure definitions from your code, function signatures. Yeah, that's I've heard this promise many times before. Okay, shuttle. Okay, what else is in the news? British Airways fears a future where AI agents pick flights and brands get ghosted. Apple has locked my Apple. Shut the fuck. Poor Johnny still want crypt. What is this? Okay, don't care much. Yeah, this is an interesting repository that I found here in our news. Yeah, I'm a little bit sick. I didn't work half of the week. I got a cold, so but I'm better now. I wouldn't be streaming, but yeah, I'm yeah. Somebody has noticed. Thank you very much, man. I didn't work on Wednesday and Thursday, and on Friday I was just kind of. The coming need for formal specification. In late 2020, I had a conversation with a senior engineer on the coming problem what to do when AI is writing most of the code. His opinion, which I found striking at the time, was that engineers would transition from writing mostly implementation code to mostly writing tests and specifications. I agree. You can see that with my stream as well. I remember thinking at the time that this was prescient. I don't know what this means. With 3 years of... Actually, because I don't know, I have to learn.
Prescient. Prescient. Prescient.
Prescient. Okay. With 3 years of... And shit, I didn't... what does it mean? Having or showing knowledge of events before they take place. Okay, so it's like looking at the future. Okay. With 3 years of hindsight, it seems like things are trending in different direction. I thought that the reason that testing and specification would be useful was that AI agents would be struggling to grok coding for quite some time and that they would need to have robust specifications. In reality, AI written tests for one of the first tasks I felt comfortable delegating. Agreed as well, very good for testing. Unit tests are squarely in distribution for what the models have seen in all public open source code. There's a lot of unit tests in open source code and they follow predictable patterns. Exactly, which is why I was always saying AI is very good at declarative stuff as well, right? And tests are by nature declarative, and the Fluent method API, method chaining API, all of that is very declarative. I'd expect that the... Maybe Mert is it cache because I literally just deployed something a minute ago. Most likely it's your cache. Can you check? Yeah, 100% it's cache. 100% it's cache. Yeah. Sometimes it farts out, even though I don't have a service worker or anything. There exists a higher level problem of holistic system behavior verification that lets... Okay. System design happens in multiple scales. You want systems to be robust, both in their runtime and their ability to iteratively evolve. This nudges towards the composing systems and distinct components, each one. Yeah, exactly. And this is also what we do a lot in this stream, right? I speak about this since I was basically streaming, right? I put so much emphasis into understanding system design. Like, I would say that understanding system design relative to, let's say, algorithms and data structures has like 1,000,000 to 1 value, right? If you understand core concepts of building systems, it has so much value today because you can then, to some degree at least, evaluate if what you're building, makes any sense. And as this article states, system design happens on multiple scales. It absolutely does. You have to, there's 7 layers that we operate on. I mean, not everybody, but we have layer 2, like where you would start with the networking layer and all the way to layer 7, all of that is design of some sort. Of course, depending if you're just a front-end developer or back-end, you don't have obligation to maintain the other previous layers. But you know, I, for example, have a bare metal server here, and I maintain all let's say maybe not 7 layers. I don't maintain fiber connection in the ground, but from layer 2 up until 7, all of that I have to maintain, right? If we design things well, we can swap out parts of our system without disrupting other parts or harming top levels. Yeah, I mean, this is a dream, wet dream of programmers and system and engineers, like that we build these systems on top of some domain-driven design where you just swap a thing and everything works. I've never in 25 years of my experience have seen that ever happening, where you just swap things and they just work out of the box. That is very rare. I don't know if that actually has ever happened in history, right? No, I mean, not to say that we shouldn't sometimes design for that, sure, but I mean the biggest faulty premise of all of these abstractions, right, is that this is I think, in my opinion, a huge problem with object-oriented programming, or any future predictive programming, as I personally call it. It's like, we suck at predicting how long literally one task is gonna take. I mean, software engineers are notorious for saying it's gonna take 5 minutes, and then it takes 3 days or 7. Now imagine how terrible we are at predicting that maybe one day the whole organization, the company, is gonna, you know, need to replace a whole database. That is absolutely ludicrous. It's idiotic at best, right? So that's why composition over inheritance won nearly in every language, because people are incapable of predicting future in any domain, let alone programming, right? So when you add 15 of these abstractions around your code for the sake of one day something might happen where we have to do this, you basically design and introduce problems for years. So because maybe at one day, one time in the distant future, you're gonna solve this event. So when you realize the idiocracy of it on every level, you just realize how stupid these things are, right? Because you add all of this complexity. It's like, hey, there's a request here, and I want to run some function to respond to this request. You have like 7 functions now here, because one day one of these layers might need something different. But then you don't think about, you know, like the most famous quote in software engineering is like, software is written for people to read and only incidentally for machines to execute. So now you have optimized for a thing that's 99.9% never gonna happen. You have everybody suffers around you because one day in some unknown distant future, something is gonna happen, right? That is absolutely fucking dumb, right? It's terrible. So that's why don't abstract too much. Have 1 or 2 abstractions, have a service, like have something that makes sense. But if you are dealing with 5, 6, 7 abstractions because, oh my god, one day you might find reasoning in that, fuck's sake, man. And the problem with this article, and this is like, so for example, I have to say, if you ever decide to write articles on your own blog or on Programmer Network, don't write like this, right? Because this whole paragraph is basically showing that this very person writing this is very deep inside of his own asshole, right? This is incredibly hard to understand, and I'm very sure that his point is so easy to understand. Like the promise of formal verification is that we can construct probably composable maps which still match the ground level territory. What the fuck does that mean, bro? Seriously, bro. Formal verification of code allows you to specify a system using mathematical proofs and then exhaustively prove that. Dude, say it. Yeah, as an analogy, like, this is completely useless. Don't write this. It has no meaning. Just start with this. Unit tests are like running experiment. Each passing test is an assertion that for the condition checked, the code is correct. For example, as of 29, a formula. I don't know. I actually don't. I didn't get any closure out of this article. The only closure I get is that Ben Congton has some doubts about some other guy who wrote about this very subject. So yeah, cool. OpenAI are quietly adopting skills now available in ChatGPT and Codex CLI. One of the things that most excited me about Anthropic new skills, what is that? Back in October is formal verification is to apply mathematical models to the code to test all the possible routes of the code, reduce the amount of gaps during testing. Yeah, but again, I mean, that the byte engineering, thank you very much for pasting that. It just, again, it doesn't say anything. Even now when you pasted it, it means very little, right? It's not concrete in any way, right? It doesn't tell me personally much. Maybe I'm just on average dumb. I don't know. Okay, bear with me. OpenAI are quietly adopting skills. A skill is just a folder with a markdown file and some optional extra resources and scripts, so any LLM tool with the ability to navigate and read from a file system should be capable of using them. Turns out that OpenAI are doing exactly that, with skills support quietly showing up in both their Codex CLI tool. Okay, I learned that from this person here. I don't use Twitter and I'm not gonna open it now, blah blah. Okay, create a zip folder, skills. So far, they cover spreadsheets, docs, and PDFs. Interestingly, their chosen approach for PDFs and documents to convert them to rendered per page PNGs and then pass those through their vision-enabled GPT models, presumably to maintain information from layout and graphics that would be lost. Okay, so essentially what this article talks about is basically that now these tools, they support these markdown files, basically, that we've been using for a while now, right? So probably nothing mind-blowing there. It's just, yeah, now you can have a folder, so they're reading a bunch of markdown files. Okay, okay, I mean, nothing new, you could say. All right, anyway, let's see, is our stuff deployed? It should be deployed now, I think. Let me test. But most importantly, is the YouTube shit fixed? I don't think so. Oh, it is. Okay, good, good, good. So now that actually works. Very good. Very good, very good. Let me just test these things, okay? Nice, nice, nice. Very good. Resources forum. That also is fine. Yeah, that's a bit weird. But I guess, yeah, because it tries to render still, okay. Actually, I guess, I don't know if I've implemented deletion there and stuff. And because Winsworth has asked about this, let's actually see, do we have all the cascading... which one, Mert? Please send me the thing and I'll add it immediately. Like, I have to say, I'm very open to get you know, some RSS and some websites from you guys. So if you have something good, please just share it. What is Lobster's RSS? Let me just see. RSS. Oh, wow, nice. Is it this? Nice, man. This is cool. It's just how much of this we gonna... Nice, man. Thank you very much. This looks great. This looks amazing. Version, channel. Yeah, let's do that already. And just before we do that, let me actually save it here. So essentially, just if you want to know what programmer network what I do on programmer network when it comes to news, I can actually show it to you. I have a prompt here. So if you take a look at the prompt, this is the sort of news that I think I want. You're extremely strict tech news curator for developer-focused news aggregator. You only accept news that is directly related to software developers and programmers. Is relevant news is actual news. New releases of programming languages, frameworks, libraries, security vulnerabilities. Yeah, I'm using the AI. So I'm using the AI to also, you see, like when you click on one of the news, I have this little summary here, right? So if you don't want to go into the article, you can just say shuffle or Rust first, open source, blah, blah. So yeah, so I use, yeah, I do. So you can see is relevant news. So I am filtering a lot of news. I'm not just rendering all the RSS feeds, right? That would be silly. So I'm probably throwing away 80% of things from these feeds. So I'm trying to narrow it down to you know, just you can see it's a massive prompt that I use with OpenAI, but it's like, so it's not everything, you know, give me a feed and I'll render it. So no, that's why you can see, like if we go to programmer network, right, you can see that I'm not like there isn't that many news. So today I have how many did we parse today? Let's see, 42 news, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, Mert, I know what sells, I know what brings, you know, engagement, but that's not the platform I want to build. That's the thing, right? If this platform ever becomes something, even for 5,000 people, I would be happy, right? Because fundamentally, I don't want this to be another Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or any other of these crappy platforms, right? So I do want this to be a boring platform. So you want to learn something about tech, you want to get some quick insights, you want to ask a question. That is what I really wanted to. But what is it? I mean, I'm all ears. If you have some suggestions, please, man. I'm more than. Nice. Give me a second. Let me check. Yeah, this news we already have, right? So maybe did I get it from there? No, I got it from somewhere else. You can see that that thing I just read for you guys. Yeah, OpenAI quietly adopting skills. Yeah, so I actually have that as well. Policemakers behind a key state. President Trump signs an executive. I don't give a shit. Sources: the Trump administration. Profile of Next. OpenAI hopes the Disney deal. Boston source. I mean, there are some things for sure that are worth, and I don't mind adding this mainly because, you know, a bunch of things will get filtered anyway. So let's do it. I mean, I don't mind. I'm completely open. I'm probably gonna add a feature under news so you guys can push new feeds, and then I just validate them and then I approve them. So that's maybe next thing for the news, and also sending you guys weekly email of aggregated news based on the interest you follow, right? But somewhere here I'm gonna add an ability to suggest a feed or something, so people can just come and suggest an RSS or whatever. Maybe, you know, whatever. Okay, we'll add that, but before we do that, let's use a bit of AI. So let's do a new agent. Let's go courses and is our cascading properly implemented? And if so, let's implement course deletion under course dashboard. Let's run another agent. Thank you guys for your follows. Appreciate it. All right, let's do that. Great. Let's source the env file. Let's run the migrations now. Let's see if, and then let's run the local news sync, so we can test if that these two sources in fact work. We are fetching some now. That's good. Let's get back over here. Let's close this. We no longer need it. Let's wait for this sync to finish locally. Ah, shit! It's not actually running locally because I have a little env file like a env check that it doesn't run locally. So we're gonna do this. We will do this again. So let's see now, what is it doing? So it failed with one of them. Had some errors here. Google AI blog technologies. Yeah, that's a shame. Skipped count. So it skipped a lot of them because we synced them already. Is there something that it didn't skip? if I go locally now again. Okay, so yeah, here's the one you added, Mert. Tech me. So it kind of already. Lobster is the state of the kernel Rust experiment. Okay, I like that. And there's a high probability we just found a bug, I think, maybe. The news you're looking for doesn't exist or has been removed. Okay, that's weird. So we need to take a look at the state of kernel. Trying manual memory management in Go. Please stop using middleware. Crypto security tokens. Indian IT giant. The coming need for formal specification. Yeah, so this is a duplicate, you could say, because we saw this one already. Either way, yeah, we are fetching a bunch of them, and that's fine. And that's okay. I guess let's actually see. It's OpenAI login. Yeah, that's not personal data. You have to choose a username and tags. That you cannot skip that. You cannot not have a username in the platform. I mean, where the hell did you see that ever in your life? That's not personal data. Personal data is your first name, last name, your address. Username is not a personal data. You cannot edit a username, no. On most platforms, you cannot edit it. Once you choose a username, you're done. Yeah, you cannot edit a username, no. Nice, okay. But you're saying you signed up. No, you didn't sign up yet, no. My first measure, absolutely, please show me what the problem is. Okay, anyway, I'll kill this for now. I'll do this. Ah, shit. I didn't know that it was a username field. No, but that's fine. But then when you try to save, it told you that it was username, right? Let's take a look at that together. Okay, let's look at it. That's bad. If that is true, then that's bad. Let's see. So let's go to a database. Let's go and create a query. Let's say update a user. Set is pro Wait, what was the I don't remember the entire table. Columns. Ah, come on, man. What's up with Postgres? Yeah, there's something farting out locally. That's the problem. Yeah. No, actually, it is fine. It is fine. Let's refresh it. Okay, never mind. It is here. Email confirmed. Fine. What was it? Ah, never mind, actually. Wait. I don't know what's up with this extension from Microsoft. It's kind of failing big time, I think. It's failing. It seems to be failing. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Yeah, it's farting out big time. It doesn't work. Drop database production, exactly. That's a great solution for sure, yeah. Especially locally, dropping the production database locally, that makes total sense. Also, it's not letting me add in the username field now. It's stuck with the value programmer network. Okay, let's let me try myself, right? Let's test this low. So let me actually try to sign up myself. So I'm gonna say, yeah, no worries, man. Thank you very much. So let's say, let me try to use some email that I didn't sign up already with. So let me create account. Okay. All right, let's see. You sign up with GitHub, I see. I don't think it should matter, no. But there's something weird now. Give me a second. That's really bad. Where's my email? Where the fuck is SendGrid, man? Yeah, that is a bit scary though. Let's see what happened there. That is a bit scary. What is it? Well, let me just not to share any PII data locally here. That is so fucking weird. Did I? Oh, I signed up locally. What an idiot. Sorry. Should have done that in production. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see. I was kind of freaking out there a little bit, honestly. Okay, I have that already. Is there some email that I don't think I've used this one. What? So I signed up with 3 accounts. Did I really? I guess I did. Okay. I do. This is with GitHub. I need to remove that account. Let me see what the fuck is wrong with this shitty thing here. There, this Microsoft plugin or whatever. Actually, let me try one thing just for the Docker's sake. Maybe. Let's give it a moment. Let's give it a moment. What did I want to do? Yeah. My secret password, yes. Application name, server. What if we say doesn't like it, okay. Yeah, that's the irony, right? I mean, it connects, so it seems that their shitty plugin, it just fucking sucks ass. That's all. I have no other explanation. Everything is corrected. Everything is done correctly. Yes. Let me just try. Let me just test this from just the. Yeah, it's this crappy plugin, 100%. Do I have something else like PG admin? I have PG admin, I believe. Yeah, I do have PG admin. Let's try that. Yeah, this fucking sucks, man. Yeah. Yeah, PG admin is a very good tool for sure. It's it's still probably the best tool out there, if you ask me. PG admin never disappoints. PG admin never disappoints. It's like 25 years old and it never disappoints, okay? how it looks like. I mean, yeah, sure. It's not the... Okay, let's see. So blah, blah, blah. Accept the rules. Continue. It fails, okay. I should probably clean this up as well. Yeah, I don't know. Which browser are you using? Yeah, I don't know. It works. It works here. So I'm not sure what is the issue that you're stumbling in. Firefox and Linux. Okay. Let's do this again. It would show, it definitely would show, and we will look at that as the last resort. Right now I want to try experiencing what the user is experiencing, because that gives me way better insights from the end-to-end journey, right? Logs will tell us if something farted out, but I don't think that there's going to be logs, because he says he can't even pass this state, which so let's see. So I try to continue. Username is required, sure. I choose a username, choose some other tags because I already have some. Yeah, I don't know, that's really weird. Maybe you should try to clear your cache, Anish or whatever, because yeah, I don't know what that is. No worries, man. No worries, dude. I mean, I'm way happier to hear that feedback than knowing it's broken. All good, my dude. All good. All good, my dude. All good. Thank you very much. I mean, authentication, authorization is... So, I mean, you know, I built it all myself, and it always has to work, so... But go now and sign up for sure, man. Go and sign up, and for those of you who aren't there yet, please do that as well. I need to delete this later. Need to follow this guy. He signed up yesterday. All right, good. Let's do the course deletion as well. No, I mean the user is always right, man. It doesn't matter. No worries, dude. The user is kind of always right in a way, and I also need to do this, but it doesn't matter for now. A lot of this stuff will need to improve a bit, move to better places, but it's okay. The code is good. This is wrong. Here we're gonna use an HTML template. We'll cut it. I don't know why is it writing so many nested conditions here. It's just insane. It's very, very irritating. All right, this is a bit critical here. We'll need to be very careful about this. So let's do another migration. Let's see if the migration is going to succeed. I'm not quite certain of this. It did. Okay, cool. So now if we go Sure. No, definitely. Just tell me, did you manage to sign up now or not? Because I don't see you here yet. Are you still blocked? Fuck you, man. Try to log out or something, and I don't know. I don't know how you got into that state. That's very worrying. But just make sure that there is not something else. I mean, I guess I know it's no longer your browser. That's what I would do. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I mean, I can't reproduce it. That is always. I wish that I can. I wish that there is a clear bug, right? It's just really weird that you're getting there. Jesus Christ, man, this extension is not good. Fuck it. What happened? Why did it work? My pleasure, man. Thank you for signing up. Let me give you a follow instantly. Interesting. Okay, something has farted out. Where is this crap? Create a query course model. So that's all kind of correct, but why are we? No, man, it's fine. I mean, the rules are very simple, right? I hope that adults don't have to. I didn't want to even put any rules because I assume that any average normal person on this earth knows what a accepted behavior is, right? So if I have to tell 20-year-old, 30, 40, 50-year-old not to be a racist or an asshole, it's too late for that person. That's an instant ban forever. So, actually, maybe, I haven't reviewed what it did here. Yeah. No, it actually didn't do much at all. So that's the irony. Okay. Okay, that is irony. So it's essentially just well, I mean, the platform does have 2,000 users right now, but people are not using it much. But let's say platform has 1,000. I would use AI for everything, right? I already use AI, for preventing people for uploading shitty images and stuff. I would use AI today for everything, basically. I can do that now in 10 minutes and disallow you to post things that are bad, right? So that's where AI is so amazing and also super cheap as well. So I could prevent you now to post anything harmful anyway, right? So if you so there are ways, old ways, but also new ways as well. How did companies do it when AI was not a thing? I mean, still machine learning, manual interventions, report count and stuff like that. Report count is very dangerous because people can also be malicious and just orchestrate the thing and say, hey, let's just dislike this thing to oblivion. So that also... So, but yeah, either machine learning and then of course there's other ways, right? You can do it using, graph databases, doing some more complex like Neo4j, but that is a lot more complicated. So for example, a Trustpilot, I had my ex-CTO was a CTO at Trustpilot. They use Neo4j for various types of graph-based recognitions, right? So, but typically it's never a single action. So for example, typically a malicious user, an asshole on your platform, doesn't just do one thing maliciously. They do multiple things at the same time, right? So So typically, yeah, there are ways, but I would say today cheapest way probably would be AI, because you don't have to do any infrastructure. You just somebody posts something, and then is it a hobby project? I mean, it is a real project. It has few thousand users already, but is it hobby? I guess so. I mean, it's not my full-time job, so if that classifies as hobby, I would say yes, but it is a real platform and it is used by real people. Also, it's used by myself, so what the fuck is happening, bro? This makes no sense. Wait, I need to review this now. So something went bad. Yeah, that's all correct, I would say. Yeah. Super simple, just some left joins here. So nothing wrong with that. So there was something wrong with going with the migration here. Let's take a look at that migration again. Select count as count from completion CLC. Nothing to do. I can't see this being a problem at all. Thank you very much, guys, for your follows. And okay, begin if select from information schema field constraints, where constraint name is that, delete rule cascade, then yes, this is just going, if we would call down. So yeah, I see actually nothing wrong here. So I don't know what the hell happened to the dashboard itself. Let's use this bad boy here. I guess user. Oops. I actually don't remember what the fuck is going on. Ah, my bad, okay. Oh, it's a course, okay, I see. That's weird. Title. Ah, we have a course junction, I guess. Course author, yeah, okay. Oh, I know what the fuck, man. I changed the username. Jesus Christ, man. That's, you know. Jesus Christ. So now it should work. Okay. Freaked out for no reason there. Right. The fuck, man. Give me 2 seconds. What username and how did this query now in retrospect as I'm thinking about it? What the fuck, man? Course username, course author username, attributes username. Ah, okay, so this is, yeah, that makes no kind of sense now when I think of it. And what's up with Postgres? Sandwich, hey there. Okay. Can you try that again, please? What AI agent extension are you using? I'm just using Cursor, man. I'm just using Cursor. Nothing else. Nothing else. Yeah, so that's okay. So freaking weird, man. What the hell happened? Simplanner, hey. What's up, buddy? You good? Nah, this fucking sucks. But okay, we'll need to change that. That's such a low effort. Okay. That's pretty terrible. That is okay, I guess. Doing well, man. Doing well. Just yeah, just doing my weekly stream and hanging out with you fellas. I guess boys and girls alike. Not much beside that. Children, kids, a baby, 4-month-old baby, 6 years old son, work, standard stuff, my dude, standard stuff. And now just some silly thing. Let me actually try one thing here. I'll just nuke everything. Where is our API? Well, actually, what we can do is, wait. What we could do in theory is we could do oh, where is it? Nice. What the fuck is happening, dude? Am I going crazy here, or what is going on? Wow, okay. I'm completely confused. Okay, what the hell is happening, dude? Just regenerated the data, but when I so we are definitely inserting that, right? Yeah. And this bullshit is still failing. That's not what I wanted. So this is our junction table. We have course author, and we have author ID here. So with that said, how did this ever work though? Is because maybe this is the junction that we do here. Cause author, we do the... Let me try one thing. Josh, buddy, hey, how you doing, man? How is life? Thank you guys for your follows, appreciate it. So how come that this crap, man, doesn't work? Username, okay. Let's, we could put a debug point there or whatever. Let's actually go over here. Let's wait for that crap to restart. Set up the database migrations, whatever, sure. So let's do that now. No, that's not what we want, man. Come on. How do we... What the fuck is happening, man? Get own courses user null. Yeah, that is so fucking absurd. What is happening then? Logged in username, okay? What? Just give me 3 seconds and then I'll let you know. It's just something very interesting here that it's almost absurd a bit. Yeah, so there is a junction here for sure. Wow, okay. Okay, now it works. What the hell, dude? I mean, the fact that it works is okay, just the question is why it has ever worked before. That is absolutely insane, dude. Absolutely crazy. But I don't like this. There's something wait, let's try some other AI. Just nah, come on, dude. We're gonna give it to Gemini and this fella. Let's see who does it better. Isn't there a simpler way to do this change? Sequence. Let's give them both the same task. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. Yeah, exactly. My frames are behind. Oh, yeah, the stream is lagging. Yeah, I can see that now. I can see that now. Yeah. Let me stop the stream and continue it. Give me 1 second. 1 sec. All right, very nice. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me. All good, nice, man. Nice, thank you. Shows them, hey buddy, good to see you, man. How are you? How's life, my dude? Nice, man. Always nice to see you, man. Very good, man. Very good. You should pass by sometimes, write something, my dude. Many of you should. Takes no effort. You should pass by sometimes, write something, say hi, share an article, share something you're working on. But it's very good, man. It's very good. The amount of time I have to work on it and stuff, it's no, fair enough, man. It's not I'm also not I also came back recently and I stream maybe once, twice a week as well. So don't worry, man. No, I also do it when I have nothing better to do, if you may. So yeah. Okay, that is absolutely terrible. It's so freaking bad. It's real, but okay, it's AI sometimes just does what it does, and that is perfectly fine. Have you ever lost passion for the job you're working, like you about the project people are? No, I mean I have. Everybody goes through that, man. That is perfectly fine. Of course I have. I mean I've been at Dream Data for 5 years almost, right? So, but you know, you have to rediscover yourself. I spoke about these things many times in these live streams, and to my colleagues. I mean I work as a technical leader, right? So I speak about this to my team a lot. It's perfectly valid and perfectly fine that passion is not the infinite canister of things, right? No matter what you do in your life, if you would get the most amazing dream job that you dreamed of your whole life today, you would get bored, right? So as a professional, right, you have to grow in many directions, up and down, left and right, back and forth, right? So in order to be passionate about things, you need to rediscover things. You need to I'm from Denmark. You need to rediscover things, and you need to get better at various different types of things, right? If you are only writing code at work, and then you know you're feeling a lack of passion, this is gonna get worse and worse as you get more experienced, as you get more hands, you know, onto the keyboard. So yes, of course I lose motivation every now and then, but then I rediscover it. I try to learn something new. I try to, and I'm not talking about programming new in that sense. I mean, you know, leadership and working with people and getting better at self-reflection, like this article that I wrote recently on Programmer Network, right? It really illustrates exactly, maybe more or less what did I say? Thank you very much. That's very kind. But you should definitely read this article I wrote, shoots them. I don't use AI to write shit. It's just read proof my stuff. So it didn't write anything for me. But this article kind of illustrates the reflection part of all of us, right? So you can maybe find something in some of the stuff that I wrote here that you know will get you further. But if it means anything, passion is something we all often lack and we rediscover. But you need to then reflect a lot, right? And believe it or not, many people don't reflect. They don't write diaries. They don't write notes. We live in the times when our days are very complex, especially for those of us who have children and partners and full-time jobs. There's so many things that happen throughout the day that if you don't reflect, if you don't sit in the evening alone in a corner of your apartment room and start writing your thoughts down, hey, what happened today? Like literally, it's like a self-monologue on paper. Like take a laptop, I have a e-ink tablet, I use that, but take some device, take pen and paper and say, okay, how did my day go? What did I learn? Where did I fail? How did I behave to my other fellow humans? Who did I make sad? Who did I make happy? How did I feel? And so if you start, if you embrace this thing, and really it's like a discipline. It's like religion or sports or whatever. It's like these people who pray. It's the same. They do this continuously, so they get the habit of doing that, right? So it's the same with self-reflection. You really need to. I mean, whatever the function of soul is, right? I call that the function of soul, right? So whatever makes you feel better here, there's some people pray, some people do this, some people take drugs, right? Some people drink alcohol. Of course, you should not do that. But the point is, whatever is however you find your inner peace and your mental peace, I believe that intellectual reflection, you can be religious or not or whatever, I don't care. But the point is, you need to be able to do one-on-ones with yourself, right? And that's why this article that I just shared with you that I wrote is called Self-Inflicted 101, right? So you don't need to always have one-on-one with your manager, with your superior, with your colleague. You can have one-on-one with yourself and just have an honest writing. But as I wrote in this article 2-3 weeks ago, just write your thoughts. Don't stop, don't reflect in the moment. Just write, just almost like you're talking to yourself openly. Okay, how did my day go? And then you just write. And then you can, if you care about the structure, format of it, you can do that later, but you shouldn't really care. This evening that you can spend every day, sometimes you're gonna skip a day or two, I do as well. It's not that I do it every single night, but it's very important due to the complexity of the world we live in that you reflect, right? I agree, shoots them, and I have to say that that is probably the most, I think, self-reflection, self-critique, and ability to understand that world doesn't spin around us, but that we spin on this planet together with the world are probably the most crucial skills in life. And earlier in your life, you truly internalize these things, life becomes so much easier. I wish that some of this stoicism, some of this stoic philosophy, some of this self-awareness, I had it always, I have to say, because I always loved it. It's fascinating to me psychologically. But I think sooner you can embrace this, sooner you can seek for feedback, seek for criticism in others. So ask people, hey, what am I doing bad? What can I do better? This is literally like a drug. It's fascinating when you get obsessed by wanting to be better, not wanting to be better because of others, because you obsess by wanting to be better than you were a day before, you know. So am I better incrementally every day than I was a day before? This should be the question that we all ask. So how am I a better person today than I was yesterday, last week, last month? What did I learn? How did I evolve? Where did I spend my time? How did I better myself or worsen myself? So sooner in life you understand this, sooner you're going to realize that we are all, in most cases, our own biggest enemies. And really, in most cases, at least here in the western part of the world, where we are very privileged still, for how long, who knows, we are typically the main blocker of progress of any kind is ourselves. It's not really anyone else, right? Because if you objectively look at the world, not 1,000 years ago, 100 years ago, people lived in freaking barns, tents, they slept with freaking cows, right? And today you have all of this. So this shoots them my advice, right? It's in order to be able to solve issues such as motivation, inspiration, madness, conflict and stuff, it always starts first with you, with oneself, and then it goes to the others. But unless you criticize yourself, unless you self-reflect, then you will even more not be able to understand the others because you don't even understand yourself, right? So you need to be honest with yourself and say, okay, what are my motivations? How do I behave? Because we all expect that others behave amazing. We are all inherently expect others to be great to us. But you rarely ask a question, okay, shit, how am I actually relative? How do others observe me, right? So that's what I would say, man. That's what I would say. I don't think it's hard. I think it's just it just requires a bit of time and will to better yourself, right? If you don't want to become better, or if you just want to bullshit yourself, that's also fine. Many people do that. They will blame everyone and everything else for their own mistakes, but don't be that person, right? Don't be that person. Shouldn't we have like delete modal or something? Remove modal. Tabax will make me cry. What is Tabax? Tabax. Gaming. I don't think you've edited anything. What do you mean? What? No, you didn't. Where? You cannot edit. That's backend doesn't allow that. So you probably fiddled with the UI. No, that's not possible. No, you can't do that. No. You mean these 3 dots are shown? Yeah, these 3 dots are shown, but we should probably hide them in production. But that doesn't do anything, right? No. That doesn't do anything. No, I do. But you shouldn't care necessarily, it shoots them, so it's all about perception, right? Don't create... sometimes we all create these implicit perceptions of things, and then we try to validate against them. So for example, you say, I rarely care about the company I work for. You're saying that, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you're saying that in a way such as that you're supposed to necessarily care this or that much. I don't think that these opinions and perceptions are usually self-imposed. Like, when you get a job, nobody actually asks you to care about this or that, right? So when you get a job, your employer cares that you do the work for the agreement for which you both have said yes to. So for example, somebody hires you to paint their walls. They don't give a shit if you care about their house, if you care about their apartment. They just want you to pay. When I get a guy to, I don't know, do something in my house, I don't need him to love me, I don't need him to care about my house, I just want him to do the work. He finishes the work, transaction complete, goodbye, thank you very much, right? How can you make yourself do hard thing as a developing software if you don't care? But that is I think the problem as far as I can see in your reasoning. You don't need to care about the company to care about building software, right? You can care about the software itself. You can get proud about the software. You can care about the customers. You can care about your colleagues. You can care about so many things, right? So why do you think that you have to care about the company? I mean, company is an abstract thing, right? What is a company? Company is a set of people who mutually agree to work together, right? So when you say I don't care about the company, I mean, that's also never truly true, because you do care about someone in that company. So, I mean, what is a company, right? So, but I think you are maybe confused by the mere premise that you need to care about the company as an abstract concept in order to be motivated. But what is that, right? So I have a feeling, at least shoots them, that you created this self-imposed opinion that doesn't make you don't have to care about the company at all. You can care about few of your colleagues, maybe your team. You can have some pride about the code you're writing, so when you leave that company, somebody doesn't say, oh, this sucks. But you don't have to care about vision or mission. These are typically just bullshit arguments anyway. Nobody goes and builds an accountant software for invoices and says, this is my life dream, I want to build software for accounting invoices, right? Because people find their motivation in other angles. You have a nice team to work with, you have a nice salary, you have flexibility to work from places when you want. You can use technology that you want. So there's way many more inspirations you can get inspired by than, improving yourself. Exactly, right? So because again, we can do so many things to better ourselves every day. It's absurd, right? Because we are all so bad at pretty much everything. It's insane. I mean, So you know, so fundamentally, right? So shoots them. Don't misunderstand me, man. Again, I'm not saying that anything that you're doing is wrong. I often am as well demotivated and stuff like that. The only thing that I want you to hear from my experience is that in these very circumstances of lack of inspiration, motivation, which is never a linear thing, it's always a curved thing. It goes up and down, right? Look around yourself and ask yourself, do I work with nice people? Yes. Can I go and have a beer with them or whatever? Tea? Yes. Is my job flexible enough? Because this FOMO, fear of missing out, this kind of assumption that in other places you would have more fun, I don't think that's objectively true. That's why also from my 20 years of experience now, at almost 20, I've been in the same company past 5 years, and I still love it equally because I came to these realizations, and actually I probably came to these realizations too late in a way. Like, I wish I came to them. But I mean, changing your company in rare circumstances is going to change much of the things, especially if you're doing X, Y, Z as a profession and you're going to move to a different company doing the same crap. So if you're a backend engineer and you're, let's say, building backends for company X, I mean, the only thing that's going to probably be different in company Y is going to be the name of the API endpoints, but you're still going to use some router. You get what I mean? So try to think. I think about the company as an abstract thing. For me, company, in my case, in this company where I am, means a couple of people I really love. They're my friends. In this company, I love helping customers. I also don't think about the company as like some sort of a concept I have to adore. Like, I pray to you, dream data. No. Are there people that dislike me in my own company? Yes. Are they people that I don't particularly like? Yes. I mean, you know how the saying goes: if you try to make everyone happy, you will make no one happy, right? Because you will then have no character or anything at all, right? So that's my take, honestly. And I think try to reshuffle a bit, and typically I think we have way many more things to look forward than things that we dislike. So okay, yeah, that's good. And thank you very much for your follows, guys. I appreciate it. And maybe lastly, shoots them. If you have some days off, take them, man. Oftentimes when inspiration, motivation goes to crap, it's good if you have some earned days. Take a week or two off, chill out, go for a trip, play video games, watch movies, fuck around, play an instrument, because inspiration, motivation often also can be caused by stress, by anxiety, by many other things. So it's often not super meet a girl, exactly, or meet whatever your thing is, and that's it. Shit, is everything fine with production still? It is. Thank you very much for those of you who signed up today. That is very nice. Actually, somebody pointed out that in the comment section, for some reason, when you're logged out, there's like that's a regression for sure. Let's actually fix that. That makes absolutely no sense. Shit, what was that? So let's close a bunch of this bullshit here. Let's go to comment section. No, you cannot do that, man. Our backend is like Pentagon. You will not be able to do that. So this is just a regression. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the issue, 100%, I think it's gonna be no questions about that. Is that either it regressed or it regressed long ago, but the issue will be that this is production. Sorry, let's go back to localhost. The regression will be fundamentally the fact that this can manage thing is true, because I compute this state. So true is now, right? If I log out and we go to thoughts again, I suppose, yeah, you can see that can manage is most likely going to be true again. Yeah, exactly. So let's thank you very much for your follows, guys. So let's see if we, by any chance, so this is kind of where we compute that, get transformed comments. And yeah, so you can see this is wrong, right? I mean, if this is the only place, right? So we have it somewhere in the we have it in the ratings. We don't care. We have a type. So this seems to be the only place where we compute this. And then if we actually go to the invocation of this function, so we kind of do it here in get transformed comments. And in the get transformed comments, let's see where this bad boy is called. We call it is use comment actions. Yeah, exactly. So authenticated user ID, okay? So that in theory you could say should work, right? Like if we... Ah, I see. Oh my god. I know what the regression is. So the regression is that inside of our Redis store we have a default state. Obviously, like every reducer has to have a default state. In our default state, we have authenticated user ID is set to 1. Due to that, because our logic sucks asshole in that context. So if we go here and user, here as you can see we have an ID that is 1, right? And that is actually a problem. Like if we would literally switch this to 0, and then we would need to update a bunch of the tests, this no longer should be, so this regression is kind of gone. Yeah. Hey Dev, afternoon as well, good evening. So that's kind of an issue, and you could say that we could do it this way. And that's, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's fine, but yeah, that's I can take that as I can take that as a fix, I guess. But now if you run the tests, a bunch of them are gonna fail, I guess, because I think we do have tests for this part. I'm not sure. Let's see. Or maybe not. Okay, well, I guess I should be happy because of that, should I? So that fixes that. Let's actually push this bad boy to prod. I see. Okay. I see. We have some unused bullshit here. Yes. What keyboard are you using? Give me 2 seconds. It's I have a couple of keyboards. This is not, you could say, the most expensive one I have, but it is my favorite sounding one. Oh my god. Are you kidding me, bro? Come on. I don't want to be logging into there now. Okay, I guess. Give me 2 seconds. No, it's okay, man. It's just Amazon has died on me. I think my browser is dead. Good quality stuff. No. Let's. Yeah, the browser is kind of. Browser has imploded. I don't care. I mean, people know my address. What are you gonna do with my address? I can give you my address right now. What are you gonna do with it? You know. But no, fair enough. It's just I'm not worried about that. Unless somebody thinks they can threaten me here, they can try. I would be very happy to meet them on the street. No problem for me there. I'm not worried about that. I could probably have read this shit also on my keyboard, but you know, have zero brain. So here is the keyboard. I would be fine. I would be fine with that. I would be fine with that. All right, let's see this. This fella here, is it gonna deploy or not? And yeah. Have I ever heard about Whiskey War? No, I have not, unfortunately. No. Oh, this is in Denmark. Okay, well, I live in Denmark, but I haven't heard about it. The Whiskey War, also known as the Liquor Wars, was a dispute between Kingdom of Denmark and Canada over Hans Island between 1973 and 2020. The island was under dispute between two nations, although never amounting to direct conflict. Ah, pussies. What type of man don't want to slaughter each other and spend their best years in trenches? Unacceptable. No, both countries agreed on process and to resolve the issue, which... We're so weak, man. Instead of sending all of these grenades and stuff. So weak. Resolving disputes like human beings, being led... I mean, what type of person is led by their mind and not by their heart, right? Unacceptable. Real men are always led by their heart, right? Instead of these rational assholes who just, like... negotiate things and they're all happy and stuff, right? So weak and rational and non-violent. These non-violent people are the worst, right? These non-violent people are the worst, man. They just like talk things out and absolutely unacceptable. Let me follow these few fellas who signed up. Dylan and Sah, welcome Dylan. Alan Tuning version 2, nice. That is very humble to say about oneself. Prompt engineer, fair enough, Duncan. Fair enough. Alrighty. Courses, Alexander's course. Focus mode, exit focus. Okay, so basically Alright, hey guys, Alex here, and welcome to my first vlog on this new kit I had. Got an iPhone 14 with Shure MP. Marketing is more important than building websites. Yeah, marketing is incredibly important. Yeah, without marketing, your product doesn't exist, right? So yes, you're absolutely right. Without marketing, your product is useless for the most, unless you're some very known individual who is doing something called social selling. So you're already imagine I was a content creator. Programmer Network would have probably done way better if I was like very famous, because I could then ask my followers to join more. I mean, you guys already join and stuff, but you know, I stream 3 times a month, right? So if I was, so there's, you have, but that's also some sort of marketing as well, right? So yeah, for sure. But yes, that's why companies spend like at least bigger ones tens of millions of dollars every year on marketing, right? Because without presence, you can build the most beautiful product on earth. If nobody knows it exists, then what is the point? All right, fellas, let's chat a little bit. For those of you who have some questions, maybe whatever, I'm here for you now. Otherwise, I think I had enough. It was a good stream. I think I'm good. I want to spend some time with my wife and kids and stuff. So so let's see if you guys have any suggestions, anything, any concerns about anything that I can at least give my 5 cents onto. Otherwise, yeah, I think I'm gonna round up slowly. Remove avatar when? Maybe we can do that now if you want as a last task. So yeah, actually I did promise that and I didn't do it yet. And the main reason why I say is that it should be fairly simple to do. So I think we literally have upload avatar somewhere. Yeah. So let's just, I built this very, very long ago. So let's just do a quick one just for you. Random and off topic. No, it's not off topic. This stream is literally about that. So thank you very much for asking. I don't do much of time management, honestly, primarily because I think there are multiple things. So I have a small baby, 5 months old. I have a son who is almost 7. I have a wife. I have a full-time job. So honestly, and ironically or paradoxically, if you may, I don't have much time to manage anyway. So I have very little time in general. I take my kid to school at 7:30. I then bike to work. I'm home at 4:30. I pick him up from school. Then we eat and all of that stuff, blah, blah, blah. I put them to bed around 7:38. Takes a while for my kid to sleep, so I lay with them until 9. So from 9 p.m. until, let's say, whenever I go to bed, I have the time. And, you know, I have some things I'm passionate about, like this stream every now and then. You're going to see me streaming like this in the weekend. Or I'm gonna play guitar or saxophone or code or learn some new skills in the evening when my wife and kids are asleep. But I don't manage time much because how do you manage that which doesn't exist, right? And I also think second point is I think that I think management of anything. I work as a tech lead, so I do to some degree manage people as well. And I always say that these things are very. You have to be very careful about these things, right? Because again, I see a lot of people setting themselves up for failure before they even succeed with something. So for example, oh, I have a side project. Let me just plan next 2 years how I'm gonna go about this, right? So people spend a lot of time managing things that they never actually truly commit to. So for example, oh, I want to start going to gym. I'm going to start 3 times a week and I'm going to buy brand new sneakers and stuff. No, you will not, right? You go randomly once a week and you see how it goes. And then you see if you can push yourself to go once a week, etc., etc. And then over time, when you commit to something truly, you optimize furthermore. But doing this prematurely too much, you know, you just sit one day and you just optimize your time, that's not gonna work. So if you're bad with time, right, then you know, you have to find small pieces of that bad to fix, not all of them. So if you can find 1 hour of time that you waste every day and fix that, and then 2 hours and 3 hours, then this is where I would start, right? Because optimized time is a very, very, very broad thing, right? You have to start optimizing somewhere. So if you use platforms like these TikToks and whatever they're called, Instagrams and all of this crap, this is where you can say, okay, let me optimize there first. So that's my take. To be honest, to it. Just don't set yourself up a failure, right? No, of course, man. It's just so important, man. I've seen it countless times where, I mean, I've done it probably a sufficient amount of time. It's just over planning, like, oh, I'm gonna commit to this and this and this. It's like, no, you will not commit to that. You will not, because it's just, you know. So say you have some time. The first step to any optimization in life is self-awareness and self-critique. So if you're super fat, the first thing that has to come to mind, you stand in front of the mirror and you say, fuck, man, I'm fat and unhealthy, I should do something about it. That is the first step, is self-realization of something, not others. Others already realize that about you. If you're, let's say, fat, it's an arbitrary example, but I'm going to use it because it can create a good point. If you're fat, everybody already knows that you're fat. Now you have to come to a realization that you're fat. Okay, I'm fat. Fine, we're human beings. We get fat, we get skinny. That's life. There's nothing to feel ashamed about, right? Then you say, okay, how do I become less fat? Not how do I become skinny. You say, how do I become less fat? How do I lose 1 kilo this month or next 3 months? It doesn't matter what it is. But you start something realistic. You cannot start and say, I'm going to become an athlete in 3 months. And this is where a massive amount of people make mistakes. You cannot go from, let's say, not going to gym for 10 years and being obese to becoming an athlete in a month. So the time that you didn't put in for many years is going to haunt you. So you have to now also be, as you were patient by not doing anything, now you have to be patient with doing a lot of things to nullify the initial problem you created, right? So, Kirill, my friend, hey, good to see you, dude. How are you? Okay, this is good. Let's just validate this. Useless. How is work, Kirill? How are you, buddy? Good, man, good. Just about to round up. I wish I had more time to I'm a little bit sick. I didn't work on Tuesday and Wednesday. A little bit of a cold. So and I hear my baby and my family there and my other kid. No, it's just a cold, man. Don't worry. Thank you very much though for saying it, but it's just a tiny cold. It's when you have small kids, it's not uncommon for that. What about you, man? How is everything? Yeah, standard stuff, man. Remove avatar. Okay, avatar removed. Yeah, man, exactly, dude. Friday, hey there. Good to have you here, man, and thank you very much for your follow. I appreciate it. Likewise, I'm gonna go soon as well. I'm going in a couple of minutes, as maybe even now. I just want to deploy this, as one of you guys have asked for it last week when I streamed. So let's just all right. So that code is very good. Nothing really simple stuff. Nothing really there to. Nothing really, not much to discuss there. Can you summarize what I'm building? I mean, right now I've just added the ability to remove the avatar on our platform. But this stream is about our programmer network platform, right? So that's what this stream is about. I'm building for a long time now that platform for software developers, basically an escape place from these garbage, dopamine junkie, socially destructive platforms like TikTok and all of that garbage that shouldn't ever have existed at the first place. So that's what I'm building. So an antidote to that, if you may, to that cancer of society, just ruining people's minds every day. Just people being the victim of social and psychological programming. Just fascinating stuff, man. I think we had like some TS warning or error somewhere. I think this is gonna fail, but it's okay. Yeah. So we have it here on line 165. Let's fix that very quickly. 165. All right, we have an unused variable. That's super fucking strange. Not all code paths return a value. What? Wow, really? That is so weird. Okay. All right. I mean, sure. Okay. I mean, actually, while we're at it, let's just do a proper end-to-end like test. Just let's take a look at our Redux state here, and let's just clear that. So when we remove, we should dispatch the remove avatar pending. So what we're basically doing, if we take a look at the state diff here, so use transition, our transition has been changed, and then when it's fulfilled, essentially we are in fact updating the local state. So if we take a look at the avatar now in this reducer, we should see an empty thing, and then you can see in the previous transition we did have it here, images, programmer network, blah blah blah, right? So that's correct. Just before we push it, yeah, I guess that should do, I suppose. Let's close this crap here. Let me just take a look. Did we deploy this successfully? The other change. Actions, it's still deploying. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right, great. Let's push that, and then Mirth can finally remove their avatar. And that API should be in production now. Is everything fine? It is. Very good. Okay. Any news before I leave? Anything interesting? We built another object storage. What is this? Let's see. Let's hang out together, Fox, a bit. See if we can learn something new. A crowded market, unresolved problem. Also, programmer, how can I get into what you're building? So Friday, this project is not open source primarily because open sourcing it would actually make it. Open sourcing would make it actually go slower than faster, right? So I think one of the very huge misconceptions, especially with maybe people who weren't in this industry long enough, is that throwing more programmers at the problem doesn't always yield faster results. So for example, I tried, a couple of people throughout the journey of this project have tried to help. Some of them have helped, some haven't. But when you add more people to the product, you need to then review their code, and that's easy. Reviewing code is easy. but then you need to manage them. So let's say that you actually mythical management, yeah. So I think the assumption that adding more people to any problem, right, is computer fill, exactly, is not true, right? Because I tried it and I failed in my career. Like I've been writing code for 25 years since I was very young. I wrote Pascal when I'm 37 years old now. I wrote Pascal. When I say I wrote, I didn't build like production level systems when I was 10, but I started writing Pascal and Delphi and COBOL and PHP and stuff at a very early age. And I was always curious as a kid, and I always tried to build things with others. So throughout my whole growing up, from my elementary school, high school, university, boot camps where I worked, I was always proactive. Let's build together, let's do right. And throughout this entire journey from age 10 to this day, I guarantee you that 99% people who think that they want to help and build, that's not what they want. So for example, you saw my stream now and maybe you're like, yeah, Alex, I could help here and there. But you would maybe try 1, 2, 3, 5 times and you would disappear, or you would just find something better to do, right? So it's very, very hard to find people who are willing to actually build things. And when I say build things, meaning prioritize them, so when they have to go to football with their friends, they say no to friends because they want to build this. But if you want to truly join something, but then you join and then every other thing is a higher priority than that, then you're basically damaging the thing that you're joining, right? So that's why commitment is really hard for people, because building things, until they are successful is not so fun. I build this in my free time, and when I go and I see, oh, nobody actually even signed up this stream, let's say today, actually 5-6 people signed up today, but that's, not for everybody. That's like, man, most people would be like, why am I even doing this, right? And is this ever going to become something? So people are blocked initially by their thoughts of success, because everybody wants success instantly, right? And very, very, very few people are willing to work for that success. Meaning, I need to build this programmer network for years maybe, and maybe even then it's gonna just be shit. And that is objectively true. It might always remain this toy type of thing, who knows? But this is again why helping, like I want to help and stuff, that never works, because people just, I gave a chance to a couple of people and they haven't really done much, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's just people have their own things to do, and I get it. I didn't ask them myself. People offered help, and unless you pay people, unless you incentivize them with something concrete, the desire for people to do that specific thing just goes down like very, very quickly, right? So that's why this is not open source, is because it would slow everything down. Somebody would maybe come, do some crappy thing, and then, leave or whatever, so it doesn't work. I'm way more efficient building this whole thing. And keep in mind, this platform is hosted on Kubernetes cluster in this very room here. So it's well, it doesn't. You can still read content, right? I mean, what it is that you can still go. You don't have to be logged in to read content. But how do you think to use a platform without being logged in? Can you explain it to me? I would like to hear your solution to that. So if you come to this Twitch, why are you using this Twitch thing? I mean, you also had to sign up, no? Or your email, or your bank account, or how else are you thinking to use it if you're not logged in, right? And you can still, I mean, you don't have to be logged in to look at things. You can still access them, right? But I don't understand. What do you mean that you have to be logged in? Of course you have to be logged in. How else are you going to use it? Let me actually just initiate what is the platform about? It's a programmer network platform. I mean, okay. I mean, actually, I shouldn't be asking, right? But I think that does this not convey the idea? What is it about? And please, me smiling a little bit, don't take that as a negative. I genuinely want to hear your feedback. Like when you read this here, it wasn't clear, because maybe it isn't clear, I don't know. I mean, if you want a dev, just send me a few of your emails on a private message and I can find you and I can then reset your password or something. I want to hear this feedback because maybe it's really unclear when people come here, right? I mean, I think this very short sentence highly conveys what this is about. And then you can also go and click on things, right? So it takes 3 seconds, I believe, to understand what this is about, right? And it's also called Programmer Network. I also hope that... Not enough in my opinion, but I'm also... Could be wrong, I also just... More details about what it offers for me as well. I mean, you can click around and see what it offers, right? You can create courses, blogs, articles, meetups. You can talk to people. We have like Twitter, like feed. That is based. You can read news here, right? There's a news aggregator. That is basically what it does. It aggregates the features of multiple platforms into a single place, so you don't have to go to 15 different websites to do the same thing, right? That's basically it. My domain most likely used is my username here, followed by net. Okay, let me just write that down. And then I don't want to expose your email or whatever now, so I'll just write that down. Check for user account. Of course, man. After the stream, I'll check and then send you an email if I find you. Just the one I expose. Feedback, maybe go with that. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what I'm saying. The thing is, I thought, you see this. So for me, I want to build the most minimalistic platform on earth ever. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. So in that sense, I truly hope that that's clear from other features. I want it to be as bare minimum as possible. So maybe oftentimes I go a bit too far with that. I don't know, right? It's just I don't want to put shit just so it's there, right? And it's hard, right? Feedback about landing page. But thank you very much. All feedback is very good. There's no bad feedback. That's what you felt, and that's perfectly fine. That is, I'm just gonna put this as two most important things. And actually, let me do one thing. Just gonna initialize the news sync now because we've added two new feeds, right? So I'm just gonna do that very quickly. All right, I guess what is the time? I guess we could round it up, my friends. It's been fun. What can I say? Thank you for the feedback, of course, and yeah, thank you for asking things. Thank you for talking and saying things. It's always a lot more fun. And tomorrow I think I will stream. Tomorrow we'll probably write some Rust. Yeah. Do you think you will have like a public feed of news for everybody to consume? Whoever reaches your platform, maybe just a trial to what latest, and since it's feed, this could be some parts that could be made publicly available, but it is publicly available Friday, right? So you don't need to be logged in. It's just maybe it wasn't apparent. Like if you're on this page, you can click these things, you can click them all, you can click on news, you can click on the links on the top, so you don't have to be logged in order to use these things, right? And again, maybe that's to take from your feedback, maybe that's not clear enough, but you can still click these things, right? So you can still check them all out without, needing to sign up. So you don't have to sign up to see it, right? And I think next thing I'm gonna build, I'm just gonna send a weekly email for those people who sign who choose it under the notification settings. But then, so that's why it's very important when people sign up that. That's why when people sign up, it's important that you choose your interests under your profile, because once I start aggregating emails and sending weekly emails just once a week, it's important to right. I really like the UI, but thank you very much, man. It's our own library. It's an open source thing, so if you care about it, you can actually access it here. So I built this whole thing over this time. And if you scroll a little bit down, right, you can also see there's a storybook as well. So you can also find the storybook. So that's all open source fully. So the whole library is we built it over time from scratch. Again, it might feel overwhelming, but it's not. I built all of these components over time as I needed them, right? But again, this is a project that I do out of passion, and this is a project that building a social platform for anybody on this earth is a massive task, not engineering task per se, but building features is not that hard, especially today with AI. But building people and community around it and marketing and stuff, that is very hard. So that's why building these types of products is inherently hard. And what can you do? That's awesome, man. Thank you. That's very good. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I need to go. I think I streamed for more than 3 hours. I mean, I had to stop the stream just to restart it. But before this, I think I streamed for 2 hours, so I need to go. Mert, hopefully you have removed your avatar. Hopefully that has worked. And for the rest of you, thank you very much. Again, if you haven't, takes 10 seconds to sign up. Let's try to build an awesome community. Let's try to build a human platform, because LinkedIn and all of the other crap is filled with bots and stuff. So if you align with any of my personal values of respecting my own time and my privacy and a lot of other things, sign up, leave a message here and there, write something, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think I'll stream tomorrow as well. It did. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you for asking. I'll see you guys another time. Cheers out. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Bye.